Hello everyone, today I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek into my future craft room. So this isn't a video that I expected to be filming this weekend, but I've been away in Suffolk for the past 3.5 weeks. I've been looking after my mum after she had a fall, and while I was away, Dominic had secretly been decorating this room for me as a surprise upon my return. So on Wednesday evening, as I climbed up the stairs to our apartment when I arrived back home, and I saw this room, honestly, I almost cried because we have been wanting to do something with this room for, I would say, probably the past 8 years, certainly seriously for the past 5, and yet we've never had the time to do it. We've never got around to doing it. It's a little room that's just off my studio, so it's going to become my craft room. And I'm going to take you around it. I'm going to talk to you about what I want to do. And let's have a look at it. So first of all, let's have a look at the view outside the window. So this room only has one small window, so it doesn't get a lot of natural light, but I'm going to make the most of that and make it feel really snug and cozy. So I'm going to have a lot of table lamps, for example, because I'll be working on craft projects, and so I'm going to enhance the light as best I can. But the view outside this window is just gorgeous. I know that I'm going to love looking at these trees as they change throughout the seasons. And you can just about see, beyond the trees, you can see Reigate Hill. So I have a lovely view of that, and in the winter I'll be able to see this much more clearly. So on this side I have Reigate Hill, and then if we go into my studio, you'll probably recognise this view if you're a regular viewer of my channel. This is the view from my studio window. So this faces in the other direction, and I actually see Leith Hill from the studio. So both of the rooms have a really lovely view, and the studio is just full of light. It's a really light-filled room, particularly in the afternoons. So let's go back into the craft room, and I'll just talk to you a little bit about what Dominic has actually done in here. So this room had become a bit of a dumping ground, and over the past few years we've just filled it with furniture, boxes, my packaging supplies, all sorts of things were just stored in here. So he had to completely clear it out first of all, and then he had to prep the floor. So he sanded the floorboards, he gave them a coat of stain, and then I think it was 3 coats of varnish. Then he moved on to the walls and ceiling. And I'm going to show you some pictures that Dominic took before he painted the walls in a moment, where you can see there was a lot of pink paint and also swatches from years ago when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with this room. So he had to use, I think it was 4 coats of paint to cover this pink paint, which was a lot of work. So I know just how much time and effort he must have put into this, and I can't tell you how thankful I am that he has done it, because it means that basically all I have to do is just do the finishing touches. So I'm going to be painting the woodwork, so I'm going to be doing that over maybe the next week or so. But this is a really lovely little room. It's not that big, but as I say, it will be really cozy, and I think it's big enough for what I need it for. So my studio is a much bigger room, and I definitely need the space in there. But this one is just perfect for a craft room. So you see, it's a really blank canvas at the moment, and I really love some of the details it has, because it has the original Victorian doors and the architraves. I just love how they built everything back in the Victorian times. It was really built to last. You think these doors are like 125 years old or something. Anyway, it has the original built-in cupboard. So obviously this is a Victorian cupboard as well. And this is going to be really useful for me because I can store some of my craft supplies in here, and also a lot of my packaging materials as well that I use for my orders. So Dominic is going to put in a couple of extra shelves, or at least one extra shelf. We're not entirely sure at the moment, because I think it was used as a wardrobe before. So it has that shelf at the top and then like a little hanging rail. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep the hanging rail or not. I can't decide whether it would be useful, so we'll see about that one. But it will be great to have such a big cupboard in this room. It's not that deep, but it is really tall. And I just love that it has the original catch as well. All of those years of use have left it with like a lovely patina. So I love these little details. I'm really looking forward to having such a great storage space for all of the things that I don't necessarily want to keep out on display. To the right side of the cupboard, as we look at it here, there's a little nook that I think is going to be perfect for a desk that I have. So I think I'm going to pop my desk in there and a little chair as well. And we have very sloping ceilings with also this beam running along them. On the beam, I'm going to actually hang a garland. I have this mushroom garland that I think will look really pretty up there. As we look across the room like this, you can see the size of the window really well. So it's quite tiny and it's just above that radiator, which is also something that I've got to paint. So I'm going to be painting the skirtings, the radiator, the cupboard, the door, the architraves, basically all of the woodwork. But look at that floor. Dominic's done such a good job of that. I think it looks so beautiful. And I do have one rug that I'm going to put in here. It's quite a long runner, so it will just go along one edge of the room rather than covering the entire floor, because I really think this floor looks so beautiful, so we need to be able to see it. But that should make it feel a little bit more cosy. So there's the radiator that I've got to paint, and Dominic is actually going to put a shelf, like a very small shelf, just along the top of the radiator. And there's a little shot of the skirting boards that, yes, as you can see there, they do need to be painted. Okay, I thought I would share with you the mess my studio is in at the moment. It doesn't normally look like this, but it has looked like this for the past few months. And it's a wonder I can actually even work in it. But it's because I have items of furniture in here that are going to go in the other room. And everything has just been dumped in here. So I'm being really honest and sharing with you the absolute mess that it's in at the moment. It's absolutely full of stuff, but this room is also going to be transformed. So I thought it would be fun to share with you a kind of before version, and then I can share the after. So I think that's all I'm going to share today, but I'm going to continue filming for you. So when I do the painting, the rest of the decorating, I'm going to film that, and I'll film the transformation of this room into a cozy craft room. So I hope you're excited to see that. And I'll leave Dominic's details down below, actually, for his Instagram and his YouTube, so you can follow him if you like as well. And if you would like to check out my Patreon, I do actually share a lot of behind the scenes vlogs on there as well. I've been doing a few more of those this year. So if you're interested in that side of my life, maybe my Patreon could be a good place to go. The other thing I wanted to mention was that my art scene Autumn Days is now available in my shop, so I'll leave a link for that as well. But thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, please hype it, leave me a comment, and I will get back to you. Okay, thanks everyone, and I'll see you soon.